Grand finals.
That'd be one hell of a match. Thank you for joining me. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
All right, back to the couch.
How do you follow that? How do you follow that game? I'll tell you how, with art. It's counter-programming. People came here for Amazing League of Legends, they got it.
Yeah.
And now we're giving the people who came here for kind of shitty to okay art, we got you covered as well. Before we get to the prizes and the entries from you, the viewers, or as you would call them,
The degenerates.
thank you very much.
That's only in Twitch chat.
It's
if
only
you're
Twitch
typing in
chat.
Twitch
The
chat,
fact
you're a
you can
degenerate.
prompt
Yeah,
that,
but
though.
like
If you're viewing
everyone
Twitch
else,
chat,
I love
degenerate?
you, but no,
or just typing?
no. If you're like I'm a degenerate.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time I open LCK, like Griffin SKT, best incredible series, and I'm dropping a stinky cheese. You know, like
We will go through the fan votes on our art. So I'll hold Pyra and Jake. This was their submission.
You can hold Daisy.
thanks, mate.
Rusty's.
I'll hold
and
Draven.
this was mine. Now, here they are. Here's all the art that we did. The comic book covers. I mean, it really looks like a bunch of kids going to some sort of school presentation. And it sickens me to say that Bryce won the vote 43%.
That's
Disgusting.
yeah.
Ah, well.
I'm Jake.
well.
Hold on, Jake got 4%. Bad luck, bud.
They did.
Bad luck, Jake.
It's hard.
The
it's
thing
hard to
is,
show
they
perspective.
can't see his drawing. Like this, look how far back this was in the photo. Like, what could you actually see compared to legitimately a full A3
Yeah,
sheet of
between
finding?
the grass
that's,
between
that's
Ivan's
unfair.
toes.
That's unfair.
And
It's
also-
also, I read a quote one time and it really stuck with me. It's not how many people like read your work
Yeah.
or see your work. It's
Yeah.
like who
The quality
sees
of
your
the
work.
person.
Because like think about it this way, right? If I've changed like a president or prime minister or future like genius's life, then I'm happy. Whereas Bryce, you just appeal to the generic unwashed
Didn't
masses.
you
Masses.
literally make a children's book and you're talking about the president?
I enjoy the fact that that Spawns was the only one that came with a life lesson as well, which was when you go to the bathroom, you need to take your sword out and lean it against
That's
the
true.
wall. You have to remember to do that. All right, so that's our art. It's time to get to your guys' art. Let's get through this
Thank
because
God.
there are a bunch of submissions. There's some very, very good ones. Let's start off with Tortorific, who said, I can't draw, but I can meme.
The Nick head is coming.
There you
Tales
go.
From the crypt.
So it's not, it's not the most drawing, but it certainly is my head on a crotch. So that's something, I suppose.
I would say that's DQ. There's no drawing in there.
All right.
I like it though.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily going to
creative.
apply that rule to everything, but I'm fairly certain the winner is someone who drew. The next one, Amy plays. Amy plays.
not
Are we gonna do this every
Amy
week?
plays.
Damn.
Emma. It's Emma. Heavily inspired by a certain Marvel superhero, but I really wanted to learn more about Cassiopeia's backstory. Drawing is hard, crying face.
Drawing is hard.
The amazing
The
snake
amazing snake woman.
woman. Now,
That is better than us.
I reckon she learned from Jake's perspective.
Absolutely.
That is the corner of a room if ever I've seen one. It's probably the women's bathroom. As I've heard, it's palatial.
Yeah, okay.
No swords leaning against the wall there.
Columns, there's a little bit of everything.
I'd actually say it's almost Colosseum, like it's rounded.
Yeah, it's,
I'm going to say
Harder
so far,
perspective.
this one wins.
okay.
Out of the two, clear
You're winning.
winner. But
Great job.
but you can't win because I can't pronounce your name. The next one, Punu one.
Oh no, this isn't. Okay, we don't know if he drew this or not, do we?
It looks crappy enough that he drew the plane. No, okay,
But so does the plane.
The end of the plane looks like he drew it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But the
true.
front of the plane looks like he didn't.
Yeah.
Story of Janair Greenwigs.
When,
win-
when
Glad
was this submitted?
This was yesterday.
Okay,
I
so
think
it's
this is
topically
copy-pasta.
appropriate.
yeah, because
Yeah.
they've had their first undefeated
Yeah.
week after
Yeah.
being a terrible team to watch.
So it's a happy plane,
Yeah,
whereas
glad
usually
plane.
it's a
It's
sad
Usually
plane.
a sad
It's a glad plane.
But if they only drew half of it, should we
Well,
cut
no,
the
this is
headset in twain
this
and
is a
give
meme.
half to? It's a meme.
It's a meme.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, I know it's a
don't-
meme.
No, I don't think they drew any of this. I think they just took the actual
And
meme
wrote
and
Story of
wrote
Jag.
Story of Jag over the top.
I
of it.
reckon,
Okay,
they,
yeah,
I reckon they drew it.
I don't know. I don't remember. Like
need
the
some
glad,
proof.
the glad plane. Like I can't.
I'm
I
cutting
can't
it in half.
picture
That's the only way we can solve this.
I mean, that is
True.
what the glad plane looks like.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know whether he's
that's
traced
a
the-
widely circulated meme.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's traced the glad plane
you drew
or
a
whether
meme.
he's like
Yeah.
just ripped it from the internet.
I'm going to
yeah.
disqualify you just because we don't know. Ailey, I'm going to say. Said, tried my best.
Oh my
that's
god!
pretty
Yes.
freaking
Talk
good.
about tried your
Oh.
best.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
I have a piece of her art at home.
Do you?
Yeah.
What do you have?
I forget what it was exactly, but it was Brisbane land in like 2012 or 2013.
Yeah.
She
Wow.
was giving out art there, so I kept it.
Wasn't Brisbane 2014 Supernova?
No, this was before that.
Oh, before that.
Yeah, this is a LAN event when I was a player.
So the only thing I'll take points off is Nick's not crying in that.
Well, I haven't eaten it yet. That's a full bottle of milk and that's an uneaten
Welcome
chili.
to Chili's is also a great meme.
Yes. Yeah. That's just top tier
This
across
is just
the board.
good.
Yeah,
Is it
solid.
hand painted or is it like hand drawn or is that a
It looks like paint.
Yeah,
It
it,
should be hand drawn.
it
I don't
does
know
look
because if it
hand-drawn.
is, I would love
man.
if you posted that into us. That would be so good.
We would
'Cause
frame that.
I would hang it right in front of Bryce's face.
Well, that's even better.
That's winning so
It's good
far,
real
by the way.
estate.
Yeah, that's tough.
The next submission. Now this one can't win because this one is actually a ref /
Ah.
obs operator, but it's good. Pow Pow Panda Os.
Wow,
Look at that.
that's awesome.
Banger.
Actually,
That's good drawing
This is-
as well.
You need
This
to
is-
highlight Adrian.
Yes, this is the one I saw because everybody's got their kind of like signature pose. Nick's
Yep.
got that thing on, whatever you call that jumper shirt thing with the tassels.
Yeah, we just call it a shirt in this
yeah,
country.
Yeah, Rusty is like poking his glasses.
Yep.
Kyra's got his Twitter pose going on. Jake's hugging the pillow, and I've got dirty shoes.
Yeah, it's fantastic. and of course,
Bailey.
That is Bailey.
the real star is the dog.
yeah.
So if anyone can do something on that level with Bailey, then they should win, right?
I also think that's really awesome because I got a crooked smile as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good job.
Always crooked smile.
It's a very good job.
Same.
It's really good.
Do you poke your glasses up like I am in this image?
Yeah, I do a lot as
Do you
well.
poke yourself in the face when you're wearing contacts?
Some-
Because I do. Like I only
I just
poke
rub
myself
my
in the
nose
face.
So-
when I wear contacts.
Yeah.
It's so inbuilt.
And now you're hugging the pillow. So, you know, everything's changed.
no.
So, Pow Pow, excellent submission. You don't win anything. In fact, no, you know what? You can win something. You can get that Kiwi fruit out of the bin because you're probably just in the next round.
That's not winning.
Isn't it? That's
feel like
that's
that's a
come from
punishment.
the mouth of a celebrity. Like
Bailey,
we
yeah.
could sell that on Etsy or something.
In 2 days, we've had someone on this broadcast say, quote, I'm going to be humble, and now, like, I'm a celebrity.
That's Bailey.
In back-to-back.
It's true. What
There
can
you
I
go.
say? At Fedora the Explorer is next. Now, a reminder, Fedora is the person who sent in bare nipples. This is my entry.
Every
It is
time.
about Nick and Juve's painting. This is very nightmarish, but at least my entry is PG rated. Just original image for reference, since it looks like it's been drawn by the age bracket of children that Rusty would be teaching.
Can confirm.
Can confirm.
Juves looks like a cat.
Yes.
He's got
does
whiskers.
look like
It's
a
not
cat.
stubble, it's whiskers.
You know the giveaway though, like it's not just the fact that it's a cat; it's that Nick's smile is also his jawline. So it's the 2-for-1 there.
He's looking
He's
down
got
too.
the sideways smirk going. It's the spawn smirk.
Here's what I will say, though. That Gragas is probably better than ours.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Probably.
Jake
Yeah.
agrees. I know Jake agrees.
Absolutely.
Don't
better.
think
It's actually
that's
well
hard to do.
detailed.
I like that one. I'm just going to say
That was good.
Yeah.
It is good.
World of Pasta is next.
I like this.
this
Our
one's
delicious entry.
So Spawn's the only one that doesn't have pasta.
Look at those thighs.
Because I don't have hair.
Wait, you got it on your face.
You got it all over you, mate.
Oh.
They could have given you
All over
facial
you,
pasta.
mate.
Wait, I didn't see the reindeer in the
Reindeer.
top right-hand corner. Oh, he's the son from what's it called? The Teletubbies.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's a good one.
There's so many things going on here.
Nick. That's Nick got.
Nick got, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Rise,
Rise of Nick
Rise
got.
of Nick got.
Oceanic
Okay.
Pasta League, Rise of Nick got.
I
Number
knew
5.
that. Now I couldn't see it from this far away.
I also like that World of Pasta said our delicious entry. We still don't know anything about them. They're a mystery.
Yeah, who are they?
They make it sound as though they're many people working together to put together some sort
They
of weird
each
pasta
place
alternative.
one pasta.
Interesting. I like
Yeah,
that.
it's a team effort.
Psycho
cool,
Banana Art. I love this one. I hope you guys like it. I had a lot of fun
whoa.
drawing this. Look at this.
That's
that
actually
is
just
legit.
awesome.
Also,
Very
if you
cool.
can send that in, we will also frame that.
Absolutely. And we will
actually-
put
Can we
it
just
behind
make
the
this
picture
comic
of me.
book?
Yeah.
Like this looks
Damn.
legit.
That one is great.
That's a
More
zoom in.
art. There
Wow.
you go.
That's
so
actually
good.
just so good.
So
Yeah.
good.
So they also have depth and perspective. Like one ear is very clearly
see they
behind
saw
the
your
other.
Your
art.
pupils.
Can you see how much white is on the top of her head? Yeah, that's depth and
Could we go
perspective.
back to...
Doesn't look like Mount
It's
Fuji though,
not
Bryce.
solid white, Bryce.
And even
We
from...
didn't have extra colors to work with. It was the tools.
And even from here, I could tell that her feet aren't messed up like Bryce's weird light bulb knees. Excellent entry.
Yes,
Keisha
banger.
Kimber. Hi, big Bombers fan. Thank you. XOXOX, but can't draw XOXO.
I like the nod here. Return
nice.
of the duo.
It's good.
Is that who's in the helmet? Because it's obviously FBI Rogue.
It's
Yep.
a Chiefs member because it has a Chiefs sign on the helmet.
Is it?
Who is it?
That must be Swiper.
No.
No,
Who else
that can't
would
be
you draw from
Swiper.
this?
It's
No.
far too high up in the chair.
No.
I don't know what isn't.
I think it has to be Swiper. It's yeah.
I mean,
But well, she self-proclaimed cannot draw, so maybe it is Swiper.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's cool. Lucian Thresh,
That is
FBI
good.
Rogue,
That's creative.
got the OPL trophy without a shirt on it.
By the way, I'm just reading in chat right now. Psycho Banana is in chat. The artist of the previous entry. I can send it. Thank you guys. She's very excited.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Get that in.
definitely
Send
free. I
it.
don't know why I thought
Yes.
so send it in. All right, 2 more. Joshua just says Bloom.
Oh, wow. Now that is an Ivan cover.
Hey, well, I want to direct your attention to where the O's are. Look at the kneecaps there.
Look at the kneecaps.
Compared to Bryce.
The O's are the eyes of the kneecaps on the leg.
Now, I just
Slight difference, I think, here, Bryce. Just,
That is
just
awesome.
between you
that
and
is
me.
that is actually really legit. Well done.
Damn.
isn't that
There's like
really good?
mushrooms on top of Daisy.
Yeah, he's
as well.
got daisies on Daisy, of course, but then a couple of mushies.
I'm also just very, very quickly doing a reverse Google image search to make sure that this is not a previously existing piece of art.
Because it's that good.
It's that good,
Yeah.
and nothing's coming up. So Joshua, top tier.
I wanna
If
know
you
what the
send that
story
in,
is here.
Joshua, we'll also hang that one.
We'll hang
That
that.
does
we
that
just
look
hang on?
We have
digital?
real
I
estate
think
right
that may
here.
be digital.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, then send us the original, like,
and we'll print it
and
out.
we'll print it.
PSD.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll print it high quality. That is banger.
And for people who we haven't asked to send it in, you can definitely not send yours in. And then the final one comes in from non-legendary Bree. Look at that!
I would get that
That's a
tattooed
cool
on
art
me.
style.
I'm calling it.
Yeah.
I want a KDA Akali tattoo. That's awesome.
I like the expression without a mouth and nose. It's still very
Yeah.
cheeky.
That's actually cool.
There's a lot being done with like minimalism there.
There's a lot of facial expression without a lot of face being drawn. I actually respect that.
I respect that as well. Now, we need to get to the next game. So we're going to percolate on this over the next game and then announce a winner at the end of the show. But there have been some fantastic
Surely
entries.
we have more than one headset. Like, that's some high quality.
Hey, look,
We
a
can cut it
competition's
in two.
we can cut it in twain. Or we could just send in, how about one person wins this one, and I've got like an old pair of wired iPhone headphones. To just send those in to the runner-up.
You should
so that
sign
might be a
them
good
too.
idea.
It's like art swap.
It's like art swap, exactly. So we will decide the winner after the next game, the final game of the day. It is Direwolves versus Gravitas. Let's throw it over to the desk, and please, I cannot reiterate enough. If we didn't ask for your art, please don't send it in.
There we go. On that note, we've got Gravitas and Direwolves. Gravitas still very much in this playoff race right in the middle of it because they did win yesterday, and it was a tough one up against Savant. This is the game you definitely have to win, as they all are, but this is the one you're expected to win.
I honestly think that Gravitas and Order, unless Avant tumble down a little bit further, because they're going to be very hard to catch, although Gravitas do have head-to-head, are going to be waiting on the last game of the season that each of them play when they play each other.
I think you're probably right about that, Spawn. Let's take a look at the picks and the bans, at least the bans so far. We've got Draven off the table, targeted over at Andrew. The Lysandra as well, and Lucian, no surprises there, is banned as well.
And I like this. Take away the Draven from Andrew because he does play a little bit of that bully style, and the last thing you want is a 1,000 gold cash in to ruin your game. And then I think they're just going to hit team fight everywhere else. On the Gravitas lineup, I wouldn't be surprised to see them get rid of... Oh, actually, no, that's another lane
Thresh,
bully.
okay.
That's interesting.
All right.
Does Corporal... Has his best games been on Thresh?
I'm
I
trying
would
to
say
remember.
maybe not.
He's definitely had some good ones, though. Now, there's a lot of big power picks that have been taken away on the Direwolf side as well. The Yasuo, LeBlanc, both of them at Harry. And that does leave Rise, but it's first picked by Gravitas here.
Yeah, and this is kind of strange. Like, you know, we have the two sides, I think, of the scrim pools coming out because Nico has been so highly valued by some of the teams and absolutely ignored by other teams. You know, Mammoth banning it away, don't want to play against it. Then you have teams like Order, Avant actually first picking the champion. And in this draft, it's just been ignored. You know, Kaiser just automatically locked in here. This is like, I love kind of this stage of the season because it's very hard to copy or emulate other teams internationally. So you kind of make your own meta and then you get to go to MSI and you get to see whether it works. Really fun.
No, it is a lot of fun for sure. And even for the teams that don't have as much of a chance to make it all the way that far, you're still kind of learning, growing, trying a lot of your own things. And especially for a team like the Young Direwolves, They'll continue to do that here, testing their mettle against Gravitas. A few seconds ticking to lock in their second rotation, and it's an Alistar for Decoy.
To get something real simple like a Jarvan, because I feel like Gravitas have been one of those teams that when you give them a concept, they execute on it really well. You know, you give them a Tahm Kench, you say, this is a lane that you're going to attack, and they get mid lane priority, they attack that lane, it takes a very short time, and they win the game through it. And I think that, you know, they could have the opportunity here to run a very heavy engaged composition. They don't go with it, they go for a little bit more skirmish potential out of the Rek'Sai, and there are still counters up and available.
That there are. A little bit of an icy combo there for the Direwolves with the Braum. They throw in a Sejuani for Udisoft. It'd be great if they had a Yasuo to pick, but unfortunately they banned it on the red side.
Yeah, I actually really like this draft coming out of the Direwolves though, because now Biopanther can play whatever the heck he wants. They've got engage, they've got late game scaling, he can play a tank, he can play some late game scaling himself, he can play a split pusher, early game bully, whatever he wants to take in the top lane, he can have. And Get Back hasn't got a deep champion, but we've seen it come out so far this year. So I don't think they necessarily needed to secure him any priority in this draft, and it's just pretty well rounded. At the same time, if you were going to say on this patch who has a better draft, you would definitely say Gravitas. Their draft right now certainly looking really strong.
That's true.
Oh, they get rid of Yorick.
Interesting ban away there. Gravitas will have one more themselves. Yorick's been making his way into that second ban phase quite a bit today.
Yeah, well, I mean, that shows to me that Pavu has got the best split pushing champion pool, because otherwise if they wanted to split push, they would just take the Yorick right here, and they'd be able to like kind of throw that gauntlet. I'm expecting Get Back's champion, or a pretty heavy flex, like something like a Vladimir, to come out right now from the Direwolves. But I would like to see like an Aurelia, something that just partners really well. Jarvan kind of does. It's going to be a top lane Jarvan.
I mean, there's CC for days. There's a lot of skirmish potential here for the Wolves, I think.
But you kind of have to be able to kill lanes. Like, that's a lot of scaling, you know what I mean? And Jarvan can play aggressive early, but I just feel like if they get a good counter pick here for Pabu in the top lane, obviously that rises a flex, so you can't really say that they should have counter picked mid lane, right? But I think that it's kind of difficult now for Udisoft to have impact through that top lane.
All right. Great. Straightening up a bit there. That's a Vayne lock-in for him. So now we get to see where the Rise goes. Is it Harry's champion or Pabu's?
Have we only seen 4 AD carries? No, maybe we've seen more.
Out of Raid?
I'm trying to think of, no, like, who's played Vayne. So FBI's played it, Raid's played it. I'm trying to, like, King's a Vayne player, and I think the Dreams played it. But I can't remember if anyone else has. My point is, in my opinion, if you're a Vayne player on the current patch, Vayne really, really strong. Like, you've got so many of these medium-range AD carries. Not like there's Caitlyn and, like, you know, all the other bully AD carries currently being played. So as soon as you get rid of Lucian and Cassiopeia kind of being the other one, then Vayne is just really easy to play in the bottom lane right now and can set up some very good aggression. Also means that she can side lane, which not many other AD carries can do. That's a strange pick to me. I'm not going to lie.
Cassio?
Yeah, so Cassio is seen as a counter to Ryze. And I think in theory, like it is. But Ryze, in my opinion, has more tools than Cassiopeia because of the fact that he's a better side laner. Cassiopeia, if she's really ahead, smashes a side lane. But Ryze has really good wave clear. Cassiopeia nerfs means that if she's ever on the opposite side of the map of blue buff or doesn't get blue buff, she goes boom really, really quickly. And I think that Claire showed it against its Order. I'm not talking about them for fun. He actually smashed us in that game. That if Ryze gets the edge, he like can 1v1 the Cassiopeia, no problem at all. So I like Harry's side of this matchup. I think that as time goes on, the Ryze players have started to kind of figure their way through this counter pick.
Yeah, let's talk about a couple other 1v1s too, because Pabu gets his hands on the Renekton, which we just saw Swiper play to great effect in the Chiefs game. And it's another good side lane pressure. It's another good bully in the lane. And you also look at the Vayne. I mean, overall, do you like Gravitas' draft a lot more than Direwolves?
Yeah, I like Gravitas' draft. I think that Rek'Sai Renekton is going to be like putting on a clinic in this top side of the map.
Yeah,
I think that Raid and Decoy are going to be able to farm up. Once again, they kind of have the alternate split pushes, but also a pretty good team fight. So I think they've got good things. I think that if it goes super late, however, Direwolves have a very easy like see hero, kill hero composition with Andrew. And also some good kiteback tools. You know, you never like to run through a Braum and through a Cassiopeia. So they do have ways to win this game, but I would say, you know, early power, 2 seconds snare into Rek'Sai knockup, plus point-and-click stun into Rek'Sai knockup means at top of the map, Gravitas have some ways to win this game very early.
That's fair. We'll see if they're able to execute on it. Joining us to talk a little bit more about the Direwolves strategy is Coach Charlie. Thanks for being with us.
Cheers.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Direwolves and their growth, because no longer eligible to make it into the playoffs for Split 1. So how are you approaching the rest of the regular games with this young team?
So obviously we're trying to take as many wins as we can, just for the experience of like getting some wins on the stage. Like playing from a winning position is something that we want to be able to do more of on stage, because it's great to get that kind of experience. We're also just getting the guys prepared for Split 2. Like we want to make sure that our systems, both like on game day and during the week, are just like spot on, so that we can have a really good start to the next Split.
And talk to me about this early game, because I've already mentioned, you know, kind of point-and-click CC into Rek'Sai seems to be a pretty potent top side of the map.
Yep.
How do you want you guys to play around that?
So on the top side of the map, we actually just need to be very vocal about when Renekton can build waves, because Renekton and Rek'Sai can do like really good stuff diving top. They can juggle aggro with Rek'Sai. Renekton's really durable in himself, so we need to either like trade off on bot or just be really vocal about when we need to defend topside. And then in the mid game, we have all the engage tools. Like they're pretty flash reliant. We're not flash reliant, so we'll be able to beat into the punch and win.
All right, cool. And it does seem that you guys have some really good scaling. I've always said this about Direwolves lineup, but they never feel like they're on a clock. Is this one of those games that you would just like to see it like pretty slow, methodical play out at a pretty standard pace?
I wouldn't say slow. We're going to do the things that our comp wants to do, whether it be early, mid, or late. But I do dislike feeling as though you have to do something to win the game. Like any sort of condition that has to be met super early, usually like it's a bit of a toss-up whether or not it's going to happen a lot of the time. So it's better to have like ways you can win the game at all stages.
Fair enough. Thank you very much for joining us, Charlie, and best luck for the team.
Thanks.
All right, nice and easy start, of course, and as Charlie's talking about, the Wolfpack going to be fairly content with that for the time being. There's a lot of power in the late game for both teams, I think, but it does feel like the ball is in the court of Gravitas to make those plays at the beginning.
Yeah, it certainly does. I want to talk about a couple of things. Biopanther started the shield, which means it couldn't throw the flag down, which means that Sejuani is a little bit slower on her first kill here than you would have liked. Sejuani with a melee top laner, like tears through the jungle. So you can see that is a couple of seconds behind the Rek'Sai right now. Playlist got the 2-man leash as well, so going to be a little bit quicker around the map. And I just pointing it out because Sejuani's first clear for a tank is very, very quick. Then it does slow down a little bit, Pyra. And I feel like they have to be very cognizant of trying to keep pace with the Rek'Sai, because if the Rek'Sai ever pulls ahead, going to sit in Sejuani's jungle and going to set up all of those nasty dives and ganks that kind of Charlie was alluding to in his coach's interview. So I think big pressure on Ubisoft. Certainly one of the promising young members of the Direwolves lineup, and expecting big things out of him in this game.
We'll see if he can deliver. Definitely keeping an eye on both the junglers and see where they lead themselves this time around. Pabu, as expected, starting off with bully onto Biopanther. He hits level 3 as he throws down the swag flag on top of a minion, so he's not falling insanely far behind. It's just, it's so difficult to check in to the Croc. He can just dish so much more damage back.
And especially when he's sitting there on full rage stacks like that, you never go into a Renekton when he's doing that. Has not gone, press the attack, has gone Conqueror. So a little bit better there, but he's building those waves, and you can see Rek'Sai's behind the turret. They're going for the dive.
There we go. Praelis up. He's bringing the minions as well as the
they've
Krugs, and
botched it.
Bio. They miss on this one. It's a forced flash out of Praelis.
They botched the dive. Pabu went a little bit too early. It looked like his stun as well wasn't the empowered stun, so didn't get the full duration on it. Harry?
He steps far forward himself. He's a little bit low on mana, whereas Get Back doesn't seem to have that issue right now. But Biopanther's got to be feeling a little more swagger in his step after that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he avoided that one easy, didn't he? He just pressed W, then started whacking him.
Feels good.
Jarvan Auto, most satisfying thunk in League of Legends. Really nice wave pull at the top lane for Pabu, means that Bio also has to teleport back now. Can't just come, you know, naturally back into lane. Double Doran start. I love this.
Defensive.
Yeah, I want to talk about Ryze in the mid lane a little bit. You know, dumping that mana early. He wants to get back on a tier and teleport into the wave normally, but he doesn't have it. Ooh, hold that.
Finds Udi. Level advantage for the Sejuani, but it doesn't matter when the Rek'Sai can turn the damage like that.
Conquer is just a really fun mastery, isn't it, to play?
Oh, it is. Oh, check back up the top. Bio! This is the job that Pabu's looking to get done, but the minions are dishing a lot of damage back.
Certainly is, but does have some sustain there in the Corrupting Potion, so a little bit of an edge there. Of course, Pabu going to be able to hit the wave to get some back with his 2 swords.
He has a pot himself. It's just refillable, though.
had no
Dorn
charges
start.
left, whereas Biopanther's just hit all 3 of his blast charges, so he should
There
be
you are.
fine up here in this top lane.
Still a decent CS advantage for Pabu, and we'll always want to keep an eye on if the big play happens. Both junglers kind of tracking each other. Fair amount of vision for Gravitas
Udi's-
in this river, and Udi is going to get turned on with the crab. Praelis decides not to go in for him.
Yeah, this is really interesting, right? Because Pabu is obviously very confident in pushing underneath the turret here. However, Cassiopeia was kind of cheating into Fog of War, so they were able to get some control there. Praelis, however, now pulls the crab back towards the top side of the map, and as you said, you know that 10 CS lead is starting to become a pretty big problem right now for the Direwolves lineup.
That's going to start turning into gold. Pabu looking to freeze this wave out. Now that he sees Biopanther backing, he actually stops his back. The flag goes down, but I mean, this is just trying to pick up whatever he can here. He doesn't really have the luxury of backing because the wave will just crash into the tower and he has to walk back.
Yeah, I mean, he thought the Pabu was recalling. He thought the Pabu hadn't been all that happy with the early trades. And as I said, Biopanther's got biscuits. He's got ways to be able to live through this lane. Obviously, not being level 6 first means that he can get dough. Meanwhile, bottom lane.
Speaking of diving, down to the bot, they look for decoy here as Raid is already backed away. Good flash away from the flail and the permafrost. Raid even going to chase them back. Small investment. Direwolves do manage to get a flash, though, out of the support.
Yeah,
and the AD carry.
Only a flash. Oh, actually, it is a flash for 2 flashes. So Vayne having to flash there is also a pretty big deal. But yeah, Direwolves, I mean, I said that I don't feel like they're on a clock, and if Rek'Sai doesn't get something done, I think that she kind of falls off a lot harder than the Sejuani. So I think that Direwolves would be kind of happy how they got through this lane. They got equal shops in mid lane. That's what I was going to talk about. Ryze normally gets an advantageous shop because he can go teleport versus Cassiopeia, but because of Ubisoft's champion can't run it, has to run the cleanse this time around. So I think that's why he was a little bit more liberal with his mana there, Harry. Maybe not reading into the matchup all that well. And that means the 12 CS lead is here for Get Back.
So some advantages for the Wolfpack as well. Game pretty much dead even in terms of gold here at 10,000 apiece. 7 minutes in, it's very early on, of course, and the junglers, while they've bumped into each other a handful of times, mostly content to sit inside of their own boundaries.
I mean, if you're a Sejuani and you can sit in your own jungle and not get pressured and take a level 6 for free into a Rek'Sai, like, that's...
Yeah.
Christmas come early, man. That's really good.
Yeah, Direwolves having a nice little casual game. I mean, it's such a 180 from the last one where it was just action every minute.
But we do have to set expectations differently, right? Because they were the 2 best teams in the OPL currently playing. And this is Gravitas, who were playing very good League of Legends, don't get me wrong. They just took out 3rd place on the ladder yesterday. However, playing for their playoff spot. They don't want to drop this one. They got the hard game on the weekend. They'll be thinking, you know what? This one, slow, steady, play it through. And Direwolves thinking, well, if they're going to let us play slow and steady, let's play slow and steady, fellas. Like, this is a
were
good...
known for this in the beginning of the split, too. They let games go all the way to the end. They famously, I believe their one win came at the hands of Mammoth.
Yeah,
doing just
absolutely.
that towards the end of the game. Pabu does find Biopanther out, as they both rejoined up in the top side. But, yeah, slow and steady.
Both of them go Kindle Gems as well. Very interesting. Obviously, both building towards that Black Cleaver, but I would have expected maybe Tabbies to come back first for Bio. Obviously, didn't get enough gold in the shop. That's an 1,100 gold shop versus an 800.
Ooh, it was a big dive from Direwolves getting set up.
If they can get it,
Decoy
though.
sniffs it. They're going to back away, ceding tower pressure here.
But they're going to also try and dive the other side of the map, and not even a plate going down here.
Splash
Braum
up
needs to be
Bio.
able to hit that.
They will secure the plate. Ubisoft sticking around to make sure Decoy and Raid can't get involved. Meanwhile, we'll check back in as Praelis has found Biopanther. Phrayseeker goes wide, but the Unburrow is going to land the flag and drag through, and Praelis chases him off, clearing the way for Pabu to get free push on Wave.
Yeah, they have to be able to take a drag in here, and I don't even think it's a good one. It's an air. That kind of sucks for the Direwolves because they've got control of what is the right side of the map for them, playing into the Bane lane, 25 CS here. However, they kind of don't have the right dragon for you to have control of bottom side of the map.
Bio's back to tower. What happened there?
Yeah, and
That's weird.
Pabu burn ultimate, Bio burn ultimate, and Praelis went, hey guys, I'm out. Catch
All
you
right.
on the flip side.
So another bit of a whiff up top side means that Biopanther doesn't get punished nearly as hard as he could have been. Still hangs on to Flash, by the way.
Which is huge. Because you need to be able to flash that Unburrow. Decoy, fighting Corporal. Thrilling brawl. I don't know what you want me to say, man.
I just think you said it with such conviction. I was so impressed.
Thank you.
I was overcome with emotion, Spawn.
But 30 CS in 80 carry
Oh, boy.
and, you know, 15 in mid lane.
Yeah.
This is looking like a really good Direwolves game so
No, it
far.
really is. This is the thing. The Direwolves don't have any pressure on their shoulders. Like, win or lose, they cannot make playoffs anymore.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about relegation. Obviously, that's that's not a thing for them anymore. And they can just kind of play it nice and easy. And big old CS advantage on the bottom side for Andrew over the Vayne.
Oh, here we go, though.
Let's see if the dive is going to come through, though, for Pralus.
Get away
He's
from
looking
the
for
wall.
tunnel over. Going in. Decoy making himself look tasty.
Oh,
Not pulling the trigger. Here we go. Decoy coming in. There's Pralus. Corporal standing up, and he gets the ultimate off. And in a 2v3, Direwolves look perfectly comfortable. They get the stun off, and that's going to force the Condemn raid, forcing the disengage.
That was so scary. I hate when AD carries play against the wall against Rek'Sai. That is prime Rek'Sai burrow location from behind, from the fat part. Can be so dangerous. However, Enderal and Corporal just stand up strong. No ultimate available here.
And here is Udasoft right now, who's making who here. 9 levels for Pabu. Will he be able to get out, force the outplay? He gets stunned up for a second. There's the Dominus on, and both the Direwolves back away. That is a big croc, but he will not get a kill just yet.
I didn't think the Dominus was going to be up and available in time. However, Pabu does get it, had built the Conqueror stacks up. So very good job there from Pabu. Able to escape that one. Kind of strange to see whoever rushes Ninja Tabby is losing this lane because that's how it used to go. Whoever got Tabby's first one.
I feel like this game is a series of failed ganks right now. Udasoft is going to get caught out by Pralus here. Going full aggression, but Get Back is on top of him. He does not look at the Casio, hops, and he takes 2 tower shots. The bait from Udi.
So that's kind of unforgivable now by a Panther.
There we go. Flags and drags away. Yeah, this just, like I said, succession of failed ganks.
Flashing on a stopwatched tank with flash still available is mind-boggling to me. Obviously falls down, and I think he should have been punished for that, and obviously was. Now, first blood into the hands of the Cassiopeia, already doing very well in the laning phase.
Here it is again.
And there is a difference between aggression and just like a kind of silly play from Pralus, in my opinion, and that kind of falls into the silly play category.
Yeah, so a bit of an oopsie there is going to give Direwolves a
and
little
it's
bit
only because of the stopwatches. You know, as soon as stopwatches come online, I think jungles and support should do the check for the team. Who's running the stopwatch mastery? Who's picked one up? Because if that wasn't a stopwatch, that's a 1-for-1 trade, and it's pretty good. Had to burn flash for it, but oh well, you're the early game jungler. Let's make something happen. But with that stopwatch, Udi just able to outplay it.
And it's those little things, too, that can separate good teams from great teams as well. And Gravitas are one of those teams fighting to prove that they can get into that latter category. You need to be able to execute on those. Now, Direwolves will start onto the Rift Herald here, and it's going pretty quick. They should be able to secure it up. All they need is the smite down, but they don't have it yet. There it is. And it's going to get stolen away by Pralus. Gravitas starting to turn this on its head here.
And they don't want to fight it now. Get Back has to flash.
And here comes the Realm Warp. He tries to turn it down. The damage is there. And this time, there is no stopwatch that can save Get Back.
Yeah, and that's just kind of one of those silly mistakes on the flip side from the Direwolves, right? They don't get themselves the Rift Herald. Now it's going to be pop mid lane. Plate still available. And this is mid lane turret. Could go down off the back end of a really sloppy Rift Herald take.
All right, so I'm 100% with Bryce on this one. It is the OCE Rift Herald play. That was a steal, but all the same. Team's just starting it without realizing that a counterplay is possible.
That's like a 3,000 gold swing. More. They've just taken so many plates top. They completely take all the plates mid. And Raid might even be able to get another plate on the top here if he actually hits the turret.
No one's coming to defend this right now.
I mean, there is only 15 seconds left, but no, he will be able to get it. That is just a huge gold swing right now, and the Direwolves had control of the top side of the map.
And they throw it all away. Unfortunately, Gravitas will take the advantage here in this game. Here's the play on the Rift Herald again.
And they have more members here first.
Oh, it wasn't even a smite steal. It was
a Prey Seeker. That's what I said. It was a Prey Seeker off the back end of Udisoft's smite. And, you know, Corporal falling down, that's fine. But then Get Back, no ult, no flash. Because he'd already burnt it, kind of walked the greedy way and gets punished for it. Now Gravitas, they have complete control of this game.
That was all it took here. So we'll see what they can do with it. Already opened up a tower in the mid. Significantly softened the one in the top, and we kind of settle back into laning for the solo laners, but that's about it. Wow. Interesting turn of events.
Yeah, it certainly is. Now the game gets really difficult for the Direwolves to play because they don't have control of any parts of the map. Losing mid lane turret first. is always so hard when you can get pushed into your tier 2 because they know which way you're deploying as well. And you can see that's going to be a dragon taken for free while Pabu wins the 1v1 on the top side of the map.
Direwolves want to take the fight. However, it's Corporal who finds himself caught out. Right
They
back
go
into his
for
team
it.
he goes. They get the knockup. Goes wide. Everything kind of misses there from the Sejuani and the Braum. And now Direwolves routed on the run. Low health bars being chased down by Harry and the rest of the crew. Here comes the Realm Warp through. Udasoft trying to join the rest of his team. And the Direwolves just cleaned off the map.
And it was good while it lasted, Pyro, but now Gravitas have firm control of this game. 6,000 gold, the lead. And they just torched them in what was a 4v4. Pabu Bernie's flash was able to stop Biopanther's teleport ever registering. They'll take another turret for their troubles here, maybe even the bottom lane turret as well. This gold lead going to explode. And the Direwolves, you know, a couple of mistakes, no way back into this game.
And Gravitas had to be breathing a huge sigh of relief for the last couple of plays that have gone their way. And the game seemed like they were just missing the beats a little bit. The game was still fairly even in the gold, but that's not what you want to be happening against a team like the Direwolves, who are already out of the playoff race. And Gravitas turned a couple of mistakes into an absolute windfall.
And you always got to applaud the catching of the throw because it is sometimes something that goes amiss. And, you know, people will say, you know, this is a game that was a series of mistakes by the Direwolves. They had the first move in a lot of the early game plays. And sure, that is correct. But you can see even now 40 CS down, the Vayne has a gold lead. Yeah, it's just going to be so hard to come back from here. Sejuani had done such a good job of avoiding fights and, you know, picking moments. And then makes that crucial error around the Rift Herald. But with every throw, you got to applaud the catch. And the Gravitas lineup didn't just catch it, they've turned it into the tune of a 7,000 gold lead at 16 minutes into the game. That is a severe punish.
Massive right now. And not a whole lot that the Direwolves have really been able to do to answer it in any meaningful way. All the objectives on the map have started falling in Gravitas' favor. 4 towers to 0. 6 kills to 1. Direwolves got a dragon, but, you know, unlike in the other games today, it wasn't one of the big impactful ones, just an air drake, really.
Imagine being a combined of a Black Cleaver and a BF Sword behind your lane opponent in the top lane.
I didn't even look at the item difference. That feels bad, man, for Bio. And now he's just getting chased down by the Croc.
Certainly is. They are looking for the play onto Harry. Ultimate needs to come through. It's not going to.
Playing safe enough around the Realm Warp, and the rest of Gravitas starting to move into the mid and the bottom respectively. Pabu going for the dive onto Biopanther, and Praelis comes in forcing the flash away, which means they can just keep on wailing on the tower. And the Direwolves not really sure which direction to turn.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure which direction they should turn either. That was a really nice scouting of the gank coming in from Harry, able to use the Realm Warp to get out. This is kind of their last punch they can throw here.
And try again. Here comes Udasoft to join Get Back. Harry trying to sidestep a little bit early, has extra bits of damage down, and unfortunately, the shields are just too strong. Udasoft misses another one, and with a little help from the tower, gets the outplay.
And what did I tell you? These Rise players can just play around the windows and do it so well. You know, with that phase rush, just starts running, starts jiggling around the map, and it's so hard to hit him with any hard CC. The cleanse was expended, but he outplays a gank 1v2, the young man from Gravitas. Really showing that, you know, whilst there was nerves in the early weeks, starting to turn into a player.
3-0-1 on the rise. Certainly not just the champion, but also on the up and up for Harry.
And I was really excited at the start of the year about Harry, you know. Big Yasuo player in solo queue, one of these players that likes to flex his micro. I think just a really wholesome guy as well, to steal one of Bryce's words. And it's been really nice to see him kind of mature and get past some of those stage nerves and, you know, get coached through it by people like Ejim, people like Juves, and be able to turn it to someone that on game day is now starting to become reliable. And I still think there's that next step there where this guy's going to be one of the genuine superstars of the OPL in the future.
Yeah. And what a time to start to really come into form, too, getting closer and closer to the playoffs while you're still fighting for it. Remember, at the moment, Gravitas still technically have a losing record. This would put them at an even 8-8, and you need every win to make it through. Placement can be huge. The difference between 5th and 6th, you know, not Gauntlet. Here we go. Harry and Praelis coming in on to Get Back. There's the knockup. He does turn for his ultimate, and the rest of the Direwolves come in. That's going to be separating them. Corporal is going to get the catch on, and Harry can't really do anything there. Big shutdown, but it goes to the support.
Yeah, it certainly does, and Harry nearly killed Get Back through the second bounce as well. So much damage coming out, but Ceres wasn't used, so was never really in all that much danger, and I like this. You have to pick on one one side of the split push right now. You still have a pretty good AD carry in Andrew. He's still up in CS. He's still up in experience. So continue to take him, rotate him around the map, because if you're not able to generate some picks, you're not going to get any relief on Summoner's Rift right now. And Harry's a person that's playing very far up.
He is. Does get punished for it this time around. Raid going to be able to solo out the Dragon. It's another Cloud, so that will match the movement speed out of combat on the Gravitas side. And it's just because there's not a whole lot that Gravitas can really get. This is the only downside of knocking down so many towers. Got nothing to take.
If that's the downside of taking turrets, it's a very small downside. And they also have a really good Baron take here. They're about to get themselves a Zeal item picked up for Raid. They have Ryze, who does really good Baron damage for a mage as well, just able to spam out on that. So I think if they're able to push them out of topside jungle, they will just look to start up the objective. Once again, looking to cheat tempo here, however, trying to find the Ryze and get that pick. This is what you have to do. If you're a young team and you're trying to learn how to play League of Legends, you're like, when I'm behind, I feel like, you know, if we go through the checklist, we just lose games. And you're correct. So what you have to do is you have to try and sack one of your waves. You have to run into the river with your jungle and your support with one carry close enough. And if a jungler or a support tries to clear ward solo, you have to be ready to pounce, Pyra, like a cat.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And they're trying it right now. You can see they're holding one line of vision, that brush, that little dot bush, and they're saying if they had to come as a one-man unit, would have gone in there, would have tried to blow someone up. Didn't happen, so they back away. Nothing lost.
Nothing lost, but not getting a whole lot out of it either. Gravitas just playing a little smart for them, not checking, sticking their noses into places that can be dangerous. Direwolves have a couple of wards here, and they will see Gravitas setting up around this Baron. Pabu still on the side lane. Uncontested for the time being. Both top laners have their TPs, should they need to get into the action.
Oh, that's a really tanky Vayne as well. Has the QSS as well as... Oh, did that spot?
Phantom Dancer, yeah. Ooh.
The Phantom Dancer. Decoy is so good position.
Flash and the knock-up, knocking away Udisov, and he just gets boomed in the Baron pit. No chance for a Smite Steal in the ensuing play if they even live through it here. And the jaws are closing on the Wolfpack. Goodbye, Corporal. Goodbye, Get Back. And you got to think it's getting closer and closer to goodbye game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that was just such a good flank coming across. I don't think they had any idea that Pabu was teleporting in there. That's going to be the Baron buff secured at only 22 minutes in, 10,000 gold lead. And the Direwolves, after such a promising early game, are just getting run over right now. Gravitas not letting up at all.
Not one bit. Andrew will try to clear a couple of, or push a couple of waves into the mid tower, but it's going to be easily cleared up by Raid, who just walks right back down. Everyone backs away, spends some of that hard-earned gold. There's your Spear of Shojin for Pabu. And pretty much, it's kind of hard to look at this Gravitas lineup and think of someone who isn't a threat.
No, that's because they're all threats, apart from the Alistar.
Yeah. I mean, after that flash play, I would even debate that.
I mean, if Alistar does that play by himself, Fire, kind of does nothing.
That's true, but Gravitas don't do the solo, it turns out.
Yeah, absolutely the case.
Well, always qualifiers.
But I think that, yeah, they're using their resources really well. That was a deep... Oh, that wasn't even a teleport flank. That was just Pabu walking.
Yeah.
So they must have known something was going on.
He's going quick here. Here's the Hex Flash, and Decoy looking for Udi. Or Get Back, and he goes in, gets stopped short here, but that is forcing the Petrifying Gaze from Get Back, and now he's got to leave.
Yeah, I mean, a W for an ultimate seems like a good trade. If you are an Alistar, I would take that. And no one can really answer Pabu, so they have to make something happen on this side of the map, because I think that Pabu can nearly just dive Biopanther by himself right now.
He's not going to chance it just yet, but Gravitas will be pushing their advantage further and further. A 1-3-1 has been set up here. Harry in the top lane, Pabu in the bot. The rest of Gravitas pushing waves in the mid. Slowly looking to close this game out. I say slowly, but it's 24 minutes on the clock. Pabu gets turned down by Biopanther, but he can't quite close the distance to get the knockup, and meanwhile, Harry is shepherding minions to this tower.
And look how much damage he does to it as a mage. Just slowly takes it to work.
And chucking little balls of magic here. Get Back trying to clear away the wave. Raid still on the mid. It's just chip damage. Gravitas not giving Direwolves an opportunity to counterattack.
And all you want to do is hold this deploy until your Baron expires. You get as much damage onto the turrets as possible, because whilst they regen, they do it very, very slowly. And if they make a mistake, you end the game. Otherwise, you just hold your vision line here. You go back for your second Baron. Really nice play so far from the Gravitas lineup. This is what I said. You give them a composition with a clear way to play it. They always follow the coach's directive.
Clean cut. League of Legends, give them an objective, and they will be able to do it. Gravitas en route to their 8th victory here.
This
Playoff
just
race,
shows
very close.
that Gravitas are a really coachable team. Because you can tell what they want to do with their Baron. You know, mixed damage, they have 2 side laners ahead. Let's not force anything mid. Let's not go for the flash headbutt pole play. Now when it groups, they can look for it.
They do manage to knock down one tower, looking for another. Here goes Biopanther on the counterattack here, but he's forced to flash away. Corporal gets the big old knock-up on the opposite side. However, Raid into the back looking for Andrew, and it's a chaotic fight here. But Gravitas with the lead, with the edge, keep on pushing it. Raid takes Andrew down off screen, and it is all blue on that kill feed. Gravitas coming up with the fight. Get Back slithers away to Fountain, but this game is over.
Yeah, it certainly should be. Only Get Back trying to put up a response. Gravitas looking to end it.
They will do just that. All they got to do is knock down a couple of towers. Fast game in terms of game time, but Gravitas definitely put things on cruise control after picking up the lead. A big old ace kill there to pad the stats of Harry, and that is going to be the victory for Gravitas, taking themselves the 8-8 record in Week 8. Smiles on the faces of them as well.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be? That was a really sketch early game into a complete stomp, is the way I would put it. You never want to see your 80 carry go down 40 CS, but when they just gift you 4 kills and like 6 turret plates at the 13-minute mark, why not? Why not have a giggle and just take care of business? And once again, the thing that I really want to applaud Gravitas on is the fact that once they get in a winning position, they don't make mistakes that other young teams do. They tick off every part of the checkbox and they just go through it. And I think that that's something that's really hard to instill in players at times, but they look very well oiled when they are in that position.
I think that's totally fair. You know, Gravitas, when they get into the groove, it does seems like they know exactly what they need to do. And, well, here's the results of it. They get themselves a well-earned win over Direwolves. They did have to work for it at the beginning, though.
Yeah, they certainly did, and I kind of want to give some props to Direwolves. They went up big in bottom lane. They punished a couple of mistakes early. They had control of Dragon. It kind of sucked that they were win Dragons and they had to rotate away from that part of the map. But I also think that they pushed the tempo of the game, or the speed of the game, a little bit too fast. I said to kind of Charlie, I want to see you guys play slow. He said, we're going to take the opportunities presented to me. I think that Rift Herald was one of those opportunities that, was it? Yeah, yes. But if you don't take Rift Herald and they don't take Rift Herald, who's better off for it? Definitely Direwolves at that stage of the game, because they were winning the lanes that they needed to win. So I think that, you know, this is a learning experience that you go back to the board and you say, you know, did we need to risk the game at 14 minutes in? Because that's ultimately what it came down to.
Well, they have a lot to learn, but they definitely have the time to do it as well. Now, to break down that win by Gravitas, let's send it back over to the couch.
Thanks, guys. What do you have to say about that one? It was in and out, one and done. What are other synonyms I could come up with for short and sweet?
It was clean when they had the lead Gravitas, and that is the thing, right? Like, they get the Renekton of the Java, and they have a good matchup. Even if they botch the dive, they get pressure, they get health values up there, and that's all the Renekton really needs to be able to control that lane. Java wants to poke you down, so they've got top lane doing well. With a level deficit, they somehow win the 1v1 in the jungle as well. They win trades there, and then they're actually in a really good spot on the map. But still, the bottom lane was lingering as a strength. You know, like a 40-odd CS lead, lots of pressure down there from the 80 carry of Andrew. And Direwolves had this moment where you're like, they actually have like a win condition that they can trade on the Rift.
Building as well.
Yeah.
It was like,
top side versus bot side, you know?
Yeah, Kai'Sa will get better with time. It's against a Vayne, but yeah, that was like a pretty significant lead in the early game, but it was a Rift Herald fight, it was a Dragon fight, and then like so many plates because of like a gifted Rift Herald goes over. I always say like, wow, like that gold lead came out of nowhere, and you're like, man, they got so many plates, and like that is just true. And then once the gold lead cemented itself, it was just like kind of lights out fairly slowly from there.
There you go. That's all we need to know. We are going to throw it over to the desk with Pyra and Decoy.
Thank you very much. We'll catch it. And you guys certainly caught it when that game was thrown by the Direwolves, but it seemed for a little bit there it was starting to fall out of your grip. Did you start feeling the panic?
Not really. Our bot lane laning phase, it was a bit rough, but out of lane we made a lot of good plays, so pretty happy.
Fair enough, and you certainly kind of cruised your way to the win after that. So Gravitas seem to be kind of surging towards the end here, but you're definitely not the only team to do it. A lot of the teams in the playoff race are picking up really critical wins at the moment. Where do you guys see yourselves in that fight for the third through fifth spots?
I think 5th place is pretty easy for us to get. It's very achievable. We're improving a lot in scrims and on stage, so yeah, should be easy for us.
Okay, easy for the 5th, but is there something, are you aiming higher for that, right?
I mean, hopefully we can get 4th, but I'm happy with 1st.
Okay, as long as you make it. So you feel confident in the best of series, you'll be able to take out the other teams?
For sure, yep.
Okay. Is there anybody, especially any of the teams that you think you'll face along the way that will pose an special challenge to the way you guys play?
Right now it's like Mammoth and Bombers and Chiefs. So those are the 3 teams we haven't beat. So yeah, they're the tough ones for us.
So what is it about those teams? And let's disregard Bombers and Chiefs. Let's talk a little bit about Mammoth. What is it about that team that kind of makes it hard for you guys to beat?
They're just pretty fucking good, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
it?
much
They're just better than you guys?
For now.
Okay, so what do you have to do to beat them?
Just get good pretty quickly.
All right, that's good solo queue advice, and it's apparently good for the OPL as well. Let's send it back to the couch. Congrats on the win.
I'll tell you who got good quickly. Artists. And we'll be getting to that in a second. Good day.
Yeah.
Good day of League of Legends.
Very
Day
good
of
day of
tips,
League.
bud.
Good day of tips for Bryce. 4 out of 4. Not so good for old Nick Boy, who I believe got 1 or 2.
Nice.
2. Okay, so
Nice.
Rusty and I, we both
Oh no!
bail out.
Do
yeah,
we?
There we go.
Oh
But we don't have any Kiwis. So, I mean, I did suggest earlier, upstairs.
No!
My suggestion was
There's some
someone...
lemons here with some skin on them.
We'll eat some lemon. That's
Yes,
fine.
there's some
My
lemons.
suggestion was that that someone in the office
There's
wanted a
another one.
kiwi, and I said that I would eat it, and then I would feed them like a bird. But we'll eat this instead at the end of the night. A reminder as well that next week we're going to be doing the Headspace collaboration. Headspace and Lavar, Recall and Restore. So that is for next week's OPL broadcast, both nights, Friday and Saturday, 15th and 16th. Come along, join in. We'll be giving away some stuff. We'll be playing some League of Legends, and, you know, highlighting an important thing for the community and for us.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good time. We'll have some good games, and it's for a very good cause, right? Like, it's the second year we've partnered with Headspace, now a new organization coming on, but, like, it means a lot.
Absolutely. Now let's take a look at the games that we played today, where everyone is standing because we are inching ourselves towards Gauntlet. And Bryce, can you talk us through this?
Yeah, so first game of the day was Mammoth taking on AV. Game number 2, Order versus Legacy. They pick up the victory there. Bombers versus Chiefs was an absolute banger of a match. And Chiefs come up trumps with some good performances from multiple members. And the last one we just saw, Gravitas taking the win over the Direwolves.
Absolutely. All right. The moment that you were all waiting for. It is the results of the art competition. Now, we actually had 2 other entries that were very good that needed to be called out, and I just missed. So that's my fault, guys. They just, you know, there's a lot of tweets out there. I look at all the tweets, not just OPL, but all of Twitter.
Little Nick
every
Boy in a
single
big,
tweet.
big world.
Yeah, I need to consume them all. So we will just run through the final 2 entries. The first one comes in from Dubsy0407. This is an Ash painting.
Hey.
And Dubsy provides some information. By the way, Dubsy is Rebecca, who painted the Gragas.
The Gragas, yes.
That we painted. So this is her entry. Ash saves the Poros, acrylic on canvas, 5 hours to complete. It's 5 hours well spent.
And it does look like a legitimate comic cover, you know? Like,
It does, yeah. It's a good. It's
It's got
like
like an action pose and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Vertical
that's
text
mid-shot.
is a nice touch, though. Like, it's a good... it's a
yeah,
good
that
do it.
is a good choice. I mean, another good choice is just not focusing entirely on the feet. And then Sir Sakai Art is the last entry. So this is Annie.
This is me after promos.
yeah, this is Annie and looks like Big Tibbs.
I just gotta say,
Tibbs.
like
Yeah,
this
Big
is
Tibbs.
this is a really great painting, and that is just a terrible font.
Oh, do you? Yeah, I was waiting for the font to
Is that
come
Comic
in.
Sans?
Yeah.
I mean, does
Disqualified.
Comic Sans just ruin the painting?
But the
It
painting is
potentially
really
does.
good.
It's a very good painting. All right, should we quickly burn through just as a
'cause we-
refresher?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've noticed, we found a second headset.
Double headsets.
Oh,
So now we have
4, yeah.
prizes.
now
Everyone gets a piece of it.
I mean, how would you guys feel if I sent you half a headset? I feel like that would be
Terrible.
If the half worked, it'd be pretty funny.
that would be pretty funny. The half will not work. Okay, let's go through from the top. So the first one was Tortorific. I can't draw, but I can meme. Well done.
Nick
I
Boy
believe we
on crutch.
Yeah, I believe we already disqualified you. At
Bloody
Amy
dickhead.
plays, Amy plays, Amma plays, the Amazing Snake Woman. Very
Someone
nice.
plays.
We've
Bang.
got Pooney1.
Punu.
Poonu.
That's
Punu one. There you go.
glad
The
plane.
plane. I mean, definitely disqualified. That's not painting at all. Ailey. Brilliant.
Ali, yeah.
Ali?
One.
Brilliant,
Hi,
brilliant,
welcome
brilliant.
to Chili's.
Pow Pow Panda cannot win,
Steve.
but we
But also
recognize you.
Banger.
Fedora the Explorer. That's I mean that's certainly a jaw that is also a mouth.
And a cat. And a cat juice.
And a cat juice.
With Raid's hair.
Bob
World
Juice
of
the cat.
Pasta was the next one.
Oh yeah.
Very enjoyable.
Still a fan of this.
It is more of a postcard than a comic cover, but it's a good
Ooh,
postcard.
interesting. Yeah.
The small touch,
True.
I love the tiny detail of Derek Trang in the top right corner. That really, like, I'm biased because I played with him, but that really sold it for me.
The next one we have is Keisha Kimber. Keisha Kimber.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Oh no, sorry, we got Psycho Banana
Yeah.
Art. Sorry, solid.
And this one
solid
is very,
entry.
very
Yeah.
good.
very, very
This
good.
one's got my vote.
Keisha Kimber was the Bombers one. Big Bombers fan.
Yep.
Return of the Duo.
Star Wars OPL.
Joshua with Bloom.
Oh,
Yeah, I
so
mean,
good.
come
this,
on.
this has my vote.
Can I have 2 votes?
None. You do. You can have 2 votes.
So this
because
is
you've
my
got 2
second
headsets.
vote.
Non-legendary Bree rounds us out with the
Oh,
Akali, which
yeah.
is so
too.
good as well. Dubsy with the Ash Action Acrylic, and Sir Sakai Art disqualified because of Comic Sans. All
And,
right.
it
good art.
says, Ray. Ray, I destroyed the house. Ray.
So
It's not Bryce. It's not like that.
You've done this horribly.
Have I?
I don't remember any of them.
no, you
Yeah.
do, you do. I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk you through the ones that we know we like. We like Psycho Banana Art.
Yes,
which
the
is
the Ari in the forest.
the Ari
The
in the
Snow
forest is
Ari.
brilliant.
Welcome to Chili's.
We love Welcome to
Okay.
Chili's, and that one was Ailey.
Ali. Yeah.
Ali,
that'll do.
Ali, yep. So well done. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen because I'm actually just like making notes on this. We also like Joshua with Bloom,
Bloom.
Yes.
Top
the
tier, Ivan.
No.
and we like non-legendary Bree,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is the Akali.
So I vote for, if you want my votes, so I can just get out of here because
Please.
I got dragged back to the desk after the interview, which
Yep.
the color cast is supposed to be off. Anyway,
God, you're a
there's an,
winner.
You're such a
Wow.
prick when you're up there, and you're so nice when you're down here on the couch.
there's an overtime rated
'cause he
here
has to be with
somewhere
me
for
all
me,
day.
I'm sure. I like the Akali,
Yep.
and I like the chili.
There you go.
Thank you.
Bryce.
Ivan and the chili.
So that's 2 chilies.
Ivan
Yeah,
and
Bloom,
Ash.
chili.
Ivan and Ash. Oh my god. Pyre.
I want to make it spicy, and I'm not going to pick the chili. I'm going to do the Ari and the Akali.
Ari and Akali.
Oh, sorry, I meant Ari.
You meant
Did
Ari?
I say Ash? Yeah, the
Yeah.
one that looks like Ari Origins.
Yep.
Yeah, that
so
one.
you like Ari, and what was the other one?
Ivan.
Okay, right. All right.
So there's like
What
two,
about you?
two.
So I like Ari. I think
Ari in the forest.
Ari in the forest.
Yep. Pick Bloom. Pick Bloom.
I really like the chili one as well. I just think that was super solid.
Hashtag bias.
I think that.
And
makes them
I
have
also
3
really
votes.
like the Akali. So we're giving away 3 headsets. Well done.
Did you pick?
What is?
You get non-legendary Bree gets a headset, Psycho Banana Art gets a headset, and Ailey gets a headset. Well done,
Why
everybody.
did we even vote?
Because
he
it
just
was a big
decides.
reveal. Because there was 4, and then unfortunately the Bloom lost out. But everyone,
I can't believe it lost.
everyone
God
who
dang it.
tried as well gets themselves a Hextech chest and key. And by tried, I do of course mean didn't just put a meme up and didn't use Comic Sans. No, Comic Sans, you get one as well. So you guys all get Hextech chests and keys. And then we've got the 3 winners for the headsets. Thank you very much, guys. We loved this
was
so
great.
much. You amazing art. Thank you so much for all the submissions. We love it. And send in your art if I asked you.
Eat the damn lemon.
Oh yeah, we got to eat the lemon.
Oh,
All right, a reminder that
Jesus.
next week is Headspace Week.
With the
Please,
skin?
please, come along, hang
on.
out.
How tough is it?
We'll have a good time.
Skin on. You guys
Skin
gotta
on
do
for
it.
me
This
and
may
Rusty.
just be like the most wholesome ending we've had.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, until this bit.
Get lemon in your mouth. Let's go. There it is. He's just gone for the skin only.
Let's go. I could have grabbed the lemon.
Oh, Nick's juicy. That's
It squirted so much, like before I could even bite it, it was bulging.
oh. There's hella
disgusting.
pips. There's hella pips.
So we just that's too many pips.
I can't eat that.
That's all pips.
Can we get up next week's going schedule? Please. There we go. Next Friday, Order versus Bombers.
This is disgusting.
Mammoth versus Gravitas, Avant Gaming v Direwolves, and Chiefs versus Legacy.
El Clasico.
El Clasico is back.
Round 3.
What, the 3rd time? Yeah.
Well, it's
It loses
round robin.
some of the panache when you have it 3 times in 4 weeks. Next Saturday, Direwolves versus Bombers, the Chiefs versus Mammoth. Avant Gaming versus Order, and Legacy versus Gravitas. It is Headspace weekend all weekend. So everyone's a winner. This is disgusting. I think we're out for tonight. Thank you for sending in all your art. You're the best League of Legends OPL community we could possibly ask for. You're also the only one, so there's nothing else you can do. We see you next Friday. It's time to move on.